Good morning. Welcome, family, friends, esteemed faculty and staff, to the White Coat Ceremony for the class of Fall 2022. We are happy that you could join us virtually to witness this important milestone in their journey to becoming naturopathic physicians. Before we start today's ceremony, we wish to convey our sincere appreciation to unofficial class vocalist, Ruthie Santiago, for the singing of her original song, DSAB, during the opening presentation. Furthermore, as we proceed, I'd like to remind all of today's participants and guests of a few housekeeping items that will assist in making this ceremony memorable. Please note that today's ceremony is being recorded and will be available online on SCNM's various social media platforms. Additionally, you're invited to post your pictures of the day to hashtag SCNM Whitecoat 2022. We look forward to seeing all your unique celebrations. To provide insight into what this occasion means and the significance of this moment, I'd like to introduce our President and CEO, Dr. Paul Mittman. During his career, Dr. Mittman practiced naturopathic medicine for 25 years, chaired the homeopathy department at SCNM, conducted research, was the first naturopathic physician published in a peer-reviewed journal, and helped raise two children, a daughter Cascade and son Aryeh, who was an alumni of our school. SCNM is the only naturopathic college to have a president who holds a Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine degree. Dr. Mittman also earned a Doctor of Higher Education Management from the University of Pennsylvania. We are fortunate to have a president dedicated to making SCNM America's healthiest college. Dr. Mittman is a competitive cyclist and follows a healthy diet. He practices what he preaches and believes wholeheartedly in the healing power of nature. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Paul Mittman.
Good morning, class of 2022. First off, I'd like to welcome and thank you and your family and friends whose love and support for you is so important to your success and to your well-being. One day during my fourth year of naturopathic medical school 35 years ago, I looked at my classmates and thought, wow, these guys seem different. But still medical students, my classmates appeared more like professional colleagues. We carried ourselves with new confidence, spoke in the declarative clinical language of medicine to describe patients, their conditions, and treatment plans. And what began imperceptibly was obvious. We were becoming physicians. Our clinical training, caring for other human beings, catalyzed this change. It felt more than mere incremental growth. It felt like a transformation. This transformation or metamorphosis occurs throughout nature. Living organisms, while they typically grow incrementally, can also change states. For example, picture an acorn when it becomes an oak tree, first as a seedling and then as a tree. It grows taller and taller with each passing year. But to go from acorn to seedling isn't just growth. The combination of soil, water, and light unlock the potential within the seeds, resulting in a change of state. Same DNA, whether in the dormant seed or acorn, or in the towering oak tree. We see equally striking changes of state in the animal kingdom. For example, picture the metamorphosis of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. The change of state is not merely growth and maturation, it's a complete transformation into what would appear to be a different being. Same DNA, whether in the crawling caterpillar or the fluttering butterfly. Today, you undergo a state change, the metamorphosis from student to clinician, en route to becoming a physician. You unlock that potential degree by degree through study in classes and labs. The responsibility to help care for patients, however, to heal the sick, is profoundly different than studying in class. It builds on your acquired knowledge and skills, yet it requires you to think, act, and comport yourselves in a completely different manner. Correspondingly, the rewards intellectually, emotionally, and I would say spiritually, increase exponentially as well. As you don your white coats and take the oath today, you cross a threshold from which there is no turning back. These steps are not incremental, they're transformational. This white coat ceremony celebrates this metamorphosis, and you've experienced rites of passage that commemorate important moments in life, your birth, the transition to adulthood, perhaps marriage. At SCNM, the stethoscope ceremony heralded your entry to medical school, and in less than 2 years, commencement will mark the next phase in your metamorphosis to a physician. The white coat, so if this is a ceremony, then there have to be symbolic elements. And the white coat itself, while there is a practical element to wearing a white coat, is also symbolic. You know, until the latter part of the 19th century, doctors didn't wear white coats. It was actually engineers and scientists who wore white coats, and physicians in the 19th century who were still using bloodletting, leeches, purgatives, were not held in such high esteem, adopted wearing the lab coat partly as a PR maneuver. Over time, the white coat has symbolized that kind of stature, and there's also a practical element. For me, the white coat also conveys a deeper meaning. It symbolizes the blank, unbiased canvas onto which your patients will write their stories and tell their histories. The coat also helps you separate your sacred activities from the ordinary. And so I use the term sacred pretty significantly in that the work that you do is different than the ordinary work or the ordinary activities in the rest of your life. So when you change into your coat prior to seeing a patient, you step out of the ordinary, perhaps your drive to the medical center or wherever it is that you're seeing patients, mundane conversations, etc. And I recommend that you use the act of putting on your coat to pause, to take a deep breath, and to reflect on the sanctity of the moment, your calling to help heal the sick. Whatever meaning you impart, I urge you to make the most of these next 2 years. Your intention, preparation, and follow-up will help shape your patient encounters and the depth of learning and understanding you gain. Approach this work with the appropriate reverence. Congratulations to each of you for the hard work, dedication, and perseverance that helped you reach this milestone on your journey to becoming naturopathic physicians. On behalf of your teachers, attending physicians, and all of us who work at SCNM, we wish you success and learning over the next 2 years. Best wishes, and God bless. It's my pleasure to introduce Patrick Sullivan, Jr., the CEO of Jigsaw Health, sponsor of the White Coat Ceremony. Jigsaw is also a natural partner for this event, for not only do they produce quality nutritional supplements, they're big supporters of naturopathic medicine and of SCNM alums. A few years back, when Jigsaw conducted and published in peer-reviewed journal the effects of time-release magnesium supplementation on cardio risk factors, they turned to a naturopathic physician as the principal investigator. In fact, they chose an SCNM alumnus, Dr. Decker Weiss, for that role. Please join me in welcoming Patrick Sullivan.
There are 6 principles of naturopathic medicine, the second of which is vis medicatrix naturae, or the healing power of nature. My dad and I created Jigsaw Health because we believe very much in this philosophy. You see, my dad struggled off and on for 30 years with various chronic health challenges: fatigue, anxiety, GI issues, many sleepless nights. He would say that he white-knuckled it through life for many, many years. In the early 90s, he decided if there is an effect, then there must be a cause. And he began to read really every health book that he could get his hands on. He was on the hunt for tolle causum, the third principle of naturopathic medicine, which means identify and treat the underlying causes. One of the more important pieces he discovered was that he was severely deficient in magnesium. Now, for those of you who don't know, magnesium is an essential mineral, an electrolyte actually. Except for some reason, magnesium is never included in sports drinks like Gatorade or Powerade. Magnesium seems to be the Rodney Dangerfield of minerals. I just can't get no respect. Well, Jigsaw Health has become known as the magnesium people, and we make America's #1 time-release magnesium, Mag SRT. It's commonly cited that magnesium is involved in over 325 biochemical reactions in the body. But that number is from the 1950s, and it was a best guess by Harvard medical professor Dr. Burt Valley. More recently, magnesium researcher Morley Robbins, aka Magnesium Man, has found, based on new research, magnesium is involved in at least 3,751 biochemical reactions. Students, there will be a pop quiz for you to name all of those reactions here in a moment. Thankfully, there's actually a simple way to know if you are likely magnesium deficient. Number one, do you get nighttime leg cramps? You see, muscle tension, especially leg cramps at night, is one of the first signs of magnesium deficiency. And that's because magnesium is Mother Nature's original chill pill. It's like a massage you can swallow. It's like yoga in a bottle. At Jigsaw Health, we say laughter is the best medicine, magnesium is a close second. Maya Angelou said, do the best you can until you know better. Then, when you know better, do better. Parents, family members, friends, take extra pride in the step that these students are taking today. They've discovered that naturopathic medicine is a better way. Students, it's time to put on those white coats and get ready for the good stuff, the stuff I'm sure you've been waiting to get to, the poking, the prodding, the stitching, the sewing. You can now begin to practice the fourth principle, tolle totem, or in English, treating the whole person. This is a major step in your journey to become dasore, or doctor as teacher, the fifth principle. As CEO of Jigsaw Health, I'm incredibly honored to have you wear our tagline on your white coats. It's fun to feel good. When you say that to yourself, remember that Team Jigsaw is here to support you in any way that we can. Thank you, Dr. Mittman, for giving us this opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, if you remember nothing else of what I've said here today, remember this: laughter is the best medicine. Magnesium is a close second. Thank you so much. Congratulations, students.
Thank you, Dr. Mittman, and Mr. Sullivan, for your insights and humor. At this time, we'd like to take a moment to recognize the student leaders who have helped steer their class to this point in their journey and who have made this celebration possible today. Their hard work and altruistic drive provide a source of cohesion and camaraderie for their class. Please help me to recognize these leaders. Class President Taylor Lyle, Class Vice President Monet Anthony, Secretary Kathleen Lawrence, and Treasurer Heather Dirkmatt. The class would also like to recognize the invaluable assistance of Raquel Welsh-Perez, Manager of Student Advising and Engagement, for organizing this event. Thank you all for your hard work. The medical school journey is not an easy one. The path to becoming a doctor is vigorous and tiring. However, with them on this journey have been their faculty. These dedicated teachers have motivated, urged, challenged, and sometimes dragged these students through copious amounts of medical information and practices. However, without these committed educators, this class would not be here today. In particular, the class would like to recognize one teacher who they feel summed up their basic medical sciences experience to date and represented an outstanding commitment to the students. Here to present the Foundational Sciences Award is class treasurer Heather Dirkmatt.
Our class would like to celebrate Dr. Jeffrey Langland for his wonderful teaching ability. In the classroom, he is innovative with his teaching techniques, including the use of the whiteboard and his little toys we just couldn't get enough of. Dr. Langland presents controversial material like vaccinations in ways that fosters personal growth and insight to another viewpoint. More importantly, he gives students without any prior research experience both knowledge and hands-on bench lab work experience that they might not otherwise receive. We enjoy having public health discussions with him, including the COVID-19 health crisis. We appreciate you, Dr. Langland. Thank you for all that you do.
Congratulations, Dr. Langland. It is tradition of the white coat ceremony to gain insight into the experiences that have brought the class of fall 2022 to this point in their studies. As such, we have two speakers to help provide us with some understanding of their journey thus far. One from the perspective of the students and the other from faculty. Our first speaker today is Sharon Sutton. While there are many who could speak on behalf of this cohort, they thought that out of all the qualified candidates, Sharon represented them best. In their words, Sharon is the most exuberant person in their class. Every day, she would walk into class effortlessly, bubbly, and filled with contagious energy. She is a lovable social butterfly that is friends with everyone and makes you feel seen and appreciated. You cannot help but to laugh and smile when Sharon is around. She's unapologetically herself, allowing others to be their authentic selves as well. Finally, the class feels that she is the perpetual light that helps to inspire them through medical school towards their ultimate goal of being caring medical professionals. Here to share the class of fall 2022's journey thus far, Ms. Sharon Sutton.
Welcome, friends and family, and welcome, class of fall 2022. Welcome to experiencing the fullness of who you really are, who you truly are. That is what makes our class so very special. Not necessarily the white coat or the stethoscope, but trusting in who you are. You are the beautiful light within, the light you follow to make life-changing decisions, the light that embraces you through sacrifices along the way. That is why you are here. You have discovered your light, your purpose, and let your passion do the rest. Now, I am sure there were times you questioned that light. I am guilty of this myself. Luckily, on days when we grew dim, we were surrounded by many who continued to shine. We created our group chat Slack, shared notes and charts, sent reminders, held late-night study groups, even posted affirmations. This class never failed to spread the light. We even made sure to reach out to one another and cater to each other's personal lives. We've shared birthdays, weddings, pregnancies, and tears for lost loved ones. Some of us were even fighting difficult and silent battles in the midst of projects and exams. Nevertheless, look at where we are now. We have overcome all of these obstacles. If you have not acknowledged your progress yet, allow me to encourage you to acknowledge it today. Today, your light shines brighter than ever before. Its magnitude has expanded well beyond our cohorts. It shines beyond the doors of classrooms and into the lives of our communities. For we are now student physicians. In this role, we will come to face new obstacles. New challenges will emerge that will further refine your character. You may even find yourself out of your comfort zone. Again, but do not be moved. Look around you. Look to your fellow beacons of light. Seek and embrace those challenges, knowing that what will follow is the emergence of a greater you. You will shine through the adversity, as you have done so before. Here is where a new chapter begins. It is safe to say you are crazy enough about your purpose. You know that you cannot build, create, or heal without a little bit of suffering. You stand no longer disillusioned about what it takes to get this far. You have found something worth enduring for. In essence, your suffering has a purpose connected to it. Today marks manifestation of that purpose. Continue to trust in your light to guide you through the rest of your career. You've wholeheartedly chosen your path. Trust the direction you set forth. This is merely a stepping stone into your wildest imagination. So also remember to enjoy yourself along the way. Now, I have to confess, it is not easy to speak on behalf of such an amazing group of individuals. However, as a witness of this class's achievements and capabilities, it brings me such joy to do so. Lastly, on behalf of our entire class, I would like to thank everyone who have supported and pushed us along the way. Our friends, families, mentors, SCNM instructors, you have taught us an invaluable lesson, serving others with love, sacrifice, and commitment. We could not do any of this without all of you. Congratulations, class, and thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Now for the faculty's perspective. Dr. Hamid Eltajani is a professor of anatomy. Born and raised in Sudan, Dr. Eltajani graduated with an MD from Minsk State Medical Institute in Belarus. After graduation, he worked as a general medical practitioner in the surgical unit for the Federal Ministry of Health in Sudan. He also worked for 4 years in the radiology department. After receiving a master's degree in human morphology and anatomy from the University of Khartoum in 1996, Dr. Eltajani started teaching all aspects of human anatomy to medical students. He considers teaching the greatest passion of his life. The class admittedly acknowledged that anatomy was one of their toughest classes, and Dr. Eltajani set the bar high for them right from the start because he knew they could rise to the challenge. But it did more than make them work hard. It helped them to come together as a class in ways that they had yet to do in other classes. They depended on each other, sustained each other, and coalesced into a cohesive unit that was motivated to develop not only into good students, but into capable future doctors. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Hamid Eltajani.
Dear class of 2022, dear colleagues and guests, today I'm very delighted and greatly honored by the opportunity to address you on this milestone event in your path to making great naturopathic doctors. I remember each and every one of you as determined, hard worker, and eager learner. I remember how I enjoyed every minute in your class. It was not easy to progress this far and will not be easy to make it to the graduation day. But you have proved that you can make it happen as you did today. A long time ago, I learned that everything in life happens twice. First in someone's mind, and then in real life. Everything in our life today was just an idea in someone's mind one day, and then it was made. For example, the screen we are using right now to communicate was just an idea in someone's mind one day, and now it is a reality. Likewise, if you think you won't pass a test, you will most likely get an F or a low grade in it. And so, if you want something to happen in your life, make it happen in your mind first. Believe in yourself and in your capabilities while reflecting back to your achievements in life. And that will give you the strength to achieve more. If you can make it happen in your mind, you can make it happen in your life. Every time before the start of any of my classes, I close my eyes for a moment to see my students as great doctors. I make it happen in my mind. And I believe you will help us all here at SCNM and become great doctors. I know in 20 years from now or more, I might need a doctor's help. And subsequently, I would look for your names in the doctor's list and would confidently call your office to make the appointment. Because I can see in my mind right now, every one of you becoming a great doctor and applying all the principles of naturopathic medicine. I believe you still remember most of what you learned in the past 2 years, and I hope you also mastered the 2 major skills that we discussed as essential to all medical students: time management and detachment. With those 2 skills, you will be able not only to excel in your classes, but also enjoy your life despite the busy schedule and have time for family, friends, and community. During the time left at SCNM, please strive to learn how to earn the trust of your patients. As we all know that trust cannot be demanded. Trust has to be earned. And I assure you that won't be hard if we sincerely apply the SCNM core values. I know I will always remember the great times I spent in your class during your first year at SCNM. And I can't wait to call you colleagues. Meanwhile, stay away from gas station language and take good care of your organ of love. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Eltajani. Now, for the moment you have all been patiently waiting for, the presentation of the white coats. I ask all of today's white coat recipients to please grab your coats and be prepared to turn on your cameras when asked. We will be showing your picture first before we go live to your location, so please be ready for your moment. Without any further delay, ladies and gentlemen, today's white coat recipients. Hiba Ali. Nancy Ampadu. Monet Anthony. Alida Callahan. Thomas Corden. Caitlin Crotwell. Heather Dirkmatt. Michelle Emil. Juliana Favero de Moraes. Catherine Garner. S.G. Getman. Not in person with us today, but in spirit, Kristen Graham. Cynthia Hart. Paul Kamwee. James Carner. Nina Komarov. Kathy Crace. Kathleen Lawrence. Taylor Lyle. Ariana McCartney. Kinsley McKnight. Emily Morse. Rumbi Madzanga. Amanda Nguyen. Herland Petit Fort. Tracy Price. Vika Rimple. Kristen Robinson. Ruth Santiago. Also not in person today, but in spirit, Nicole Schmidt. Sharon Sutton. Alex Tefete. Stephanie Sen. Sana Vora. Hope M. Walker. Ebony Wingo. White coat recipients, I ask you now to please turn on your headphones with microphones as to avoid audio feedback and open your programs. Guests, if you do not see your particular student in the gallery view, please advance to the second page. While the students prepare to take the oath, please let me introduce Adjunct Professor of Physical Medicine, Dr. Calvin Kwan, who will be administering the white coat oath today. Dr. Kwan is a naturopathic medical doctor who specializes in personalized, non-surgical approaches to pain management, hormone optimization, and sports medicine. He believes that finding the root cause of a patient's complaints is the key to effective and lasting results. Dr. Kwan completed his medical training in 2 years of residency at Bastyr University in Seattle, Washington. He currently is an assistant professor in the therapeutics division of SCNM, interim chair of physical medicine, a physician in our Neil Reardon Center for Regenerative Medicine, a certified kinesiotaping instructor, and mentor to SCNM's Sports Medicine Club. The students asked Dr. Kwan to lead them in the oath because he was a manifestation of hope and persistence during a difficult time when the class had to switch to the online study of physical medicine during this pandemic. Dr. Kwan went above and beyond to assist the students in their studies and helped to transition the class into this new online reality with humor, understanding, and grace. In short, the class felt that he made it possible to get through physical medicine when they needed that encouragement the most. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Kwan to lead you in the clinical oath.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Class of 2022. I have had the honor of working with you all this past year. Your cohort was my first class at the start of my tenure here at SCNM. We're all together at the beginning of this pandemic. And in this pandemic, I have seen you all endure immense change and adversity. I was able to bear witness to your growth. And in this time, I observed your perseverance, dedication, and adaptability. These are some of the hallmarks of being a great physician. So to keep this nice and short, you all hold a very special place in my heart. And from a proud professor and soon to be clinical attending, join me in reciting the white coat oath. Please repeat after me. I state your name. As a student of the Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine.
As a student of Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine.
Will enter the clinical portion of my educational training.
Will enter the clinical portion of my educational training.
With an open mind and an eager spirit.
With an open mind and an eager spirit.
I will incorporate the information that I have learned in the classroom.
I will incorporate the information that I have learned in the classroom.
With the knowledge that is now being passed on to me.
With the knowledge that is now being passed on to me.
And my clinical supervisors.
And my clinical supervisors.
As a student clinician, I will parallel my therapeutic approach.
As a student clinician, I will therapeutic approach
to the basic principles of naturopathic medicine.
To the basic principles of naturopathic medicine.
First, do no harm.
First, do no harm.
Healing power of nature.
Healing power of nature.
Identify and treat the cause.
Identify and treat the cause.
Treat the whole person.
Treat the whole person.
Physician as teacher.
Physician as teacher.
Prevention is the best cure.
Prevention is the best cure.
I will treat each patient individually.
I will treat each patient individually.
I will look for the cause and treat the whole person.
I will look for the cause, the whole person.
Each time I wear my white coat.
Each time I wear my white coat.
Will do so with honor for those that trust me.
I will do so with honor for those that trust me.
With an open mind for those that are educating me.
With an open mind
for those that are educating me.
And with respect and responsibility.
And with respect and responsibility.
Those that have paved the way before me in this profession.
And those that have paved the way in this profession.
Congratulations, class of fall 2022.
We can make that. Do you want to give me a hug? Come on, lady. Give me a hug. Give me a baby over here. Your baby over here.
Okay. My auntie is in this song too.
The next phase in your journey. Thank you to everyone for sharing this important milestone with us today. This concludes our ceremony. We look forward to seeing you all at their next big milestone at graduation. Have a wonderful day.
Negativity bringing you down, caught up in the moment, not sure what's in store. Everybody is looking, taking note of your moves. Craziness on your plate, trying to fill this world instead of anger and hate. Every action, every move counts, so don't think you can skip out on a beat now. People want to rewind, pause, repeat motion slow, but take a record of the facts so you know the life moves forward naturally, and as it goes, let it play out like a song. And don't skip a beat. You look at everyone around you. Do you feel seen? Do you feel heard? Take a minute and look within you. Tell me, do you like what you see? You got a lot on your plate. You gotta surround yourself with love instead of anger and hate. Your thoughts, your actions, your moves count. So don't try to skip out on a beat now. You want to rewind, pause, repeat motion slow, but take good record of the facts so you know that life moves forward naturally, and as it goes, let it play out like a song. And don't skip a beat. It's easy to jump too far ahead, but you gotta see what's in front of you. Stay present and grateful for what you have, and in the end, the best is yet to come. We want to rewind, pause, repeat motion slow, but take good record of the facts so you know the life moves forward naturally, and as it goes, let it play out like a song. And don't skip a